Okay, so hello everybody. Right now I want to talk about how just about anybody who speaks any part of their own truth is losing partnership with YouTube. The videos are being demonetized from YouTube. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the channels a lot of those spiritual channels that I listen to, like it's a channel called Higher Self. A lot of these channels that's really kind of loving, they're kind of loving light. They talk about 5D consciousness, and they talk about energy updates and all of that stuff and what's happening, with the lunar eclipse, and so they don't really talk about anything that's controversial. Now, one time, Higher Self, the channel called Higher Self, said something controversial when they exposed the powers that be. And I say the powers that be because nobody really knows what they look like. So I just say the powers that be because they're not all just white. I think people have white in their mind. But they are hijacking the 5D conscious. They're hijacking 5D, fifth dimension. And so that's why in one of my previous videos I say it's best to try to strive up to 6D and beyond. Okay? Because they already got a hold on 5D, and what they're doing is and I won't say on this because this is a sidebar, I know. They're trying to move people into a different timeline. They're trying to mess around with people's consciousness and move you into a different timeline. Okay? And they have the technology to do it. And so, just watch out for that. But anyway, they're demonetizing a lot of spiritual channels. They're demonetizing channels that are not spiritual. Like for instance, I was talking to a guy yesterday, a Caucasian male, and I was talking about how a lot of people don't get a lot of money from Super Chat. Like I think they take 30 to 40% of whatever donations these YouTubers get through Super Chat. And he was like saying that he hadn't been on YouTube for a long time, even though he made good money. YouTube just stopped paying him or demonetized his videos. And his channel was an LGBT channel. He had an LGBT channel. Now you would think those kind of channels would stay would not be demonetized. You would think people with those channels would not lose any type of partnership because that is kind of a movement that's happening right now. But see, the problem is that it's not the fact that it's probably LGBT. It's not the fact that it's that kind of channel. The problem is that he might have been speaking his mind. See, the YouTube, at this point, I'm already seeing that YouTube don't want anybody who speak their mind. Doesn't matter what the subject is. YouTube does not want anybody to be human. YouTube does not want anybody to be human. Because what I realize is that a lot of gossip channels and a lot of other makeup channels, even some of the family channels, a lot of these vlogs I see, you don't really see even with the vlogs, you don't really see the real people too often because they trying to keep it family friendly. So majority, 99.9% of the time, those family vlogs that you look at is all positive and love and light. Okay? It's not really a room to be a human that have a different range of emotions in those type of vlogs because they'd be too real. Okay? Same thing like what I said with the gossip channels. And I was talking to this guy about the gossip channels, how the only time if you might see a gossip channel that might be demonetized or taken down is because on top of just spreading gossip, they start to speak their truth. They start to say what they think. It's getting to a point where the powers that be, because I'm going to call it the powers that be, since we don't know what they look like, the powers that be don't want you to use your mind. The powers that be. And so when I talk to people, Higher Self, that channel is ran by white women. Okay, that guy that had his LGBT channel taken down or demonetized, that was a Caucasian male. It was another big channel, I think it was Secure Team 10 or something like that. They talk about UFOs and stuff a lot. Their channel was taken down, but I think they have millions of subscribers, so they had enough of their subscribers that fought for them to get their channel back on, and that's probably what it takes. But all subscribers are not going to fight for people's channels like that, okay? So, And a lot of these are white people that's losing their channel. So when black people are funny, you know, they make me laugh when they talk about how black voices are being silenced. It's that, see, that, you know what, that's narcissism. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's narcissism. To really think that this is only happening to black people. That, to me, that is narcissism at its finest. To think that it's, oh, you're silencing black voices. After all of these white, you know, I talked about Colin Flaherty a few times, and he has had his channel taken down so many times it's not even funny. So YouTube don't want you thinking. The powers that be don't want you to think. If you put up celebrity gossip, then it just has to be about you saying, oh, for example, Beyonce was saw coming out the salon and she was with their Jay-Z, and but you have to stop at the shallow part. You have to stop at being shallow. You cannot go any deeper. Because when you go deeper and you try to make it a teachable lesson, whatever happened, and you use your own wisdom, you use those type of situations to give your own wisdom, that's when you get shut down. They don't want you thinking anymore. They don't want you thinking. They want you to be as least human as possible. So if you show any signs of being human instead of controlled by artificial intelligence, then you're going to get shut down. That's just what it is. And so I'm kind of glad that my channel did not grow and I did never monetize. Well, my channel grows slowly, but I'm glad that I didn't go through the process to get it monetized. Even if it's, you know, $60-$70 a month, is better than zero. But and that's why I don't put a whole lot of huge work into my channel, because then I would have to quit a job. You know, I would have to stop working. You know, people who do all this research and all this editing, I get that YouTube is supposed to be free, but when you put that type of work into a message, that's a few hours taken out of your day. And a person like that should not have another job, or else they don't have any time for themselves. And that's why I just click record, I say what I have to say, and I click it off, and it's no extra effort involved, because then I would have to quit. I would have to stop working and put more hours into something that I don't get any benefit from. Okay, so and that's just good. That's just common sense business. Even if you don't have good business sense, that's common sense right there. Okay. And so yeah, so I want to end this with saying, this is why I said to try to look at more channels. Even though every now and then we all look at something that might not be the healthiest for us to look at. We might look at some drama that might not be the best for us to look at. We all have done that. We all, because you know what, every now and then you have to give your ego a little bit of room to do something. Because if you try to cut it off completely at once like that, without taking off the layer by layer by layer, and you just completely cut it off and you don't try to indulge a little bit, then you're going to have a problem. So even though the majority of the stuff I listen to are meditation and spiritual channels, every now and then, you know, maybe once or twice I might look at some other people's videos, but just because, I mean, it's like going on it's like exercising and eating healthy for 6 days in a row, and then you want that 7th day, that one day, just to be where you have a nice dessert that has lots of calories. Same thing. I watch a lot of spiritual stuff, but every now and then, I like once or twice, I like to have a little fun. But don't get it mistaken. You might want to download some of these videos. Don't wait too late to download videos from these spiritual channels. Do not wait too late, especially if they're helping you. And they don't have to be spiritual channels. They can be something that help you with something that you're dealing with. Don't wait too late to pay more attention to the channels that really help you grow as a person. And that's why I encourage you to step away from the BWE. Nothing wrong with BWE. I think BWE has been good for the work they have put in. I do. But at the same time, I think they focus on black women victimhood, or brown woman victimhood. I do think so. That's why I stepped out the Facebook groups a couple of years ago. I had to step out of those groups because every time you click on somebody putting through some article about what happened to a brown woman, something about her being killed, or some stupid, some silly Negro saying something crazy about a brown woman, I had to step away from that. I don't like paying attention to that too often. Okay, because what you do is, when you constantly look at that, And even some of these videos on YouTube that, you know, true enough, yeah, they want to bring light to the situation of what's going on with brown women. But at the same time, when you watch it too much, then you kind of take on the vibration of those women that are going through that trauma. And so you want to be careful with that. And that's why I say, try at this point, it's getting very crucial to pay more attention to those type of videos that help you grow, instead of those videos that make you upset, make you want to fuss, make you want to join in the argument, making you feel uneasy. You don't want to pay too much attention to those kind of videos and for where we're going. You don't want to. So, you know, you want to look at enough of those other spiritual videos, or videos that help you to the point where if they do shut everything down right now, you would have watched so much of that stuff that you know you already have memorized what you're supposed to do. Or just download the videos if you have some kind of laptop, or you have YouTube Premium, one of those, because you have to have YouTube Premium if you use your cell phone. But just download the videos. Just download the videos. If they happen to be taken out, download those videos on your laptop or somewhere. Okay? That's the best way to go. Because also, I just saw a video about Tanya TKO. YouTube has canceled the partnership with her as well, but they have not taken down any of her videos. She does not have a strike on any. I don't think she has a strike on any of her videos. Okay, so they're not really giving a clear reason why they removed their partnership. They're not giving. So YouTube is messing with people right now. YouTube is messing with anybody who thinks, because they want, I'm gonna tell you something, AI, they ready to take over. They're ready for everybody to become robots. They're ready for that's what's happening, is that they're pushing for everybody to become robots at this time. And anybody who thinks for themselves or speak any kind of truth is an enemy right now. Okay, I just saw that, and that's what inspired me to make this audio, because Tanya TKO has lost her partnership. And a lot of these ladies are not going to do anything for free, and I don't blame them, because they see when they have their videos are more high quality. They put work into their videos, okay? They edit their videos, they read emails, and they answer emails, and they edit, and they're creative. See, that type of stuff takes time to do. And then when you're not getting paid, your money has to come from somewhere. And if you somewhere where you have to spend hours of your day trying to work, on top of trying to edit and upload videos and be creative and do all that with nothing in return, then you really lost a lot of time there. You lost a lot of time, and that's a really poor business sense. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So, like I say, a lot of people are not going to be back on YouTube. A lot of people are going to delete their channels because they're not going to get paid, and that's what YouTube wants, because they don't want people thinking. They do not want you to think anymore. And so with that being said, I'm going to end here. But yeah, so try to spend less time on those type of, even though they talking about, you know, what's going on with brown women, and these women seem to start to be in support of brown women being happy. And I'm talking about a few women here on YouTube, you know, in the blogosphere. I understand they want the best for, and Facebook. I forgot, I'm not on Facebook, so I forget to even mention that part. But I understand some of these ladies want the best for brown women, but at the same time, you're getting stuck into a very low frequency where you're constantly concentrating on black women being victimized, okay, or brown women being victimized. You're constantly concentrating on that because that's all they want to bring up, okay. And I understand it's like they're trying to bring light to the situation, but it's keeping people low, okay. It's keeping you low at the same time. And so you want to be careful not giving too much of your attention to that, because what happens is you internalize somebody else's struggle that was never meant to be yours. It's the same way that Sandra Bland internalized the black man's struggle. It's the same way Corinne Gaines internalized the black man's struggle. Had they not internalized the black man's struggle the way they did, they would be alive today. I honestly believe that Sandra Bland would be alive today had she not been a pro-black person who internalized the black man's struggle. She would be alive today, because the truth of the matter is she filmed herself being pulled over, and she talked to that cop the way she did, even though that cop was wrong too. But she talked to that cop the way she did because she internalized racism. She internalized the way black men view things, the way black men view life. Okay, and it's really a lie, because black men they were just using these women to fight their battles, but really, you know, they don't really believe the kind of stuff that they try to push other brown women to believe. You know. And Corinne Gaines, she would be alive today had she not internalized the struggle. Okay, it's just a fact. And so internalizing other brown women's struggles like that, even though I understand you bringing light to situations, but constantly putting your mind on that, looking at videos and commenting, and you know, it's like you're constantly in a bad mood because something's always happening to a brown woman. You're internalizing that struggle, and you're going to bring some negativity back into your life, the same way Sandra Bland brought that negativity back into her life. Okay, you don't want that. So yeah, I'm about to get off. So yeah, pay more attention to the channels. They could be spiritual. They could be like a Tanya TKO channel. They can be, you know, channels that maybe that help you grow as a person. Just channels that help you grow. I don't know which one they might be. For me, it's Higher Self. For me, it's you know, a lot of meditations like Meditative Mind and Quotable Integrity, and a lot of those. I use a lot of those. You know, and a lot of metaphysical videos. I look at Flurburn a lot. See, I look at stuff like that, right? So people like that, if I had to choose who I was going to download, I would download more of their videos more than I would download these videos with talking about black women's struggles. Okay? Because those other videos will help me grow. It actually will increase my frequency instead of lower it. Okay? Lower it by always being upset at what's happening to brown women. Okay? And so I say the same thing to you guys. Whatever it is, whether it's Tanya TKO, whether it's somebody else, or whoever it is for you, that helps you to grow as a person, you want to pay attention to more of those channels now more than ever. Because YouTube is silencing anybody who tries to open up their mouth and use their brain. They're silencing it because they're ready for AI to take over completely. They're ready for people to completely turn into robots. That's what this is all about. Don't have anything to do with color. Okay? And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon.